Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be starting a new project. I'm going to be doing the Me, Myself, and I project. I've got quite a bit of stuff pulled out here on camera and I'm just going to go through it quite quickly. I have this grayish 3x8 pleather album from Studio Calico, and I also have both of the Me, Myself, and I kits that Heba from My Little Journal collabed with through Studio Calico. This little pile that I'm showing you right here was all the 2024 kit, I believe. And I think that this released in December of 2023, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a good chance that none of this is still going to be available. But I think that Studio Calico did do a digital version of this kit as well. So I will check and see what is available and link it below if anything is still available. I also have a few pieces from last year's kit. I pulled out the chipboard pieces and the word phrase stickers from last year. And then I have these ampersands from Allie Edwards, just because I thought it would go well with everything. I have the Sema numbers, and then the stamp set that went with last year's kit as well. So I'm going to kind of set everything aside and just really get started. I'm super unsure about this project in the beginning here, just because working in this type of album and project where I'm actually working inside page protectors is very restricting. And it takes me a while to get used to it if I haven't worked in page protectors in a while, which I have not. So it's going to take me a little bit here to kind of get the swing of things. I'm starting with the Me, Myself, and I kind of cover page that comes in that 6x8 paper pack. They're all cut aparts, so there's prompts on each of those papers. They're split into either two 3x8s or one 3x8 and then two 3x4 cards to kind of represent the whole kit. And then each of the 3x8s has some type of prompt that goes along with this project. So I pulled out the Me, Myself, and I kind of title card, and I'm just going to use that exactly as it is, a title card. And I also took a photo of myself. This is not a recent photo. This was actually earlier this year that I took this one. I just really liked it, so I'm going to place that at the front of my album just as like a little introduction to myself. I've pulled out my Close to My Heart Moxie Alpha and die set. This is no longer available because Close to My Heart did close their doors, but it is one of my all-time favorite die and stamp sets. So I'm going to go ahead and just use that to stamp and die cut out my age for this year, which is going to be 34. And I'm going to paste those on that blank card underneath my photo. I thought about trying to write about myself on that photo, but I'm really bad at talking about myself. Surprisingly, I guess, since I'm making YouTube videos, and I don't know. I'm just really bad about talking about myself and documenting myself particularly. And that might be another reason that this project was a little bit hard for me right at the beginning, because it's not something that I'm used to doing. Normally I'm documenting other people and other things, I feel like, but I thought that this project would be a nice way for me to jump out of my comfort zone and just kind of talk about myself. So I am going to end up just placing my age on this card, and that's really, aside from some stamping, that's really all I'm going to do on this little 3x4 card. I figured the rest of the album would be enough talking about me, so that's where we're going to leave the talking about me, is just the rest of the prompts. I'm going to end up moving this 3 and 4 because I do decide that I want to stamp out the little girl that's on this stamp set. I thought that the hair, well, it's not as long as my hair, but I thought she was cute and I thought she looked more like me than the other girl did. So I went ahead and I'm going to just stamp her in black. I'm not going to color her in or anything like that, but I am going to get her stamped in the bottom corner. And then I'm going to re-glue down that 34, and I will also pull out the stamp that says focusing on me, and I will stamp that up at the top right hand of my card as well. Which I'm just now noticing I did that at kind of like an angle down the card, and I didn't even realize that at the time that I was actually creating this card. So once I've got this card done, we're done with kind of like my opening / cover page, and we're going to move on to the next little prompt. I ended up doing 4 prompts for this video. The first one is staying connected, and then social media is what the prompt kind of title was. And so what I did was I took a screenshot of my 3 main social media platforms, not my personal social medias, but the ones that I use for making videos, my Instagram, and my TikTok. So like basically everything that I have linked in my YouTube channel. I took a screenshot of each of those profiles, and I just put them in an app to make them into a square, and added another little kind of like photo that just says social media. And I'm going to document that. I'm also going to use a card down here at the bottom as just a little bit of a journaling card. I do not fill this card out during this video because I'm not 100% sure exactly what I want to say just yet. So that's a problem for future me, or maybe not a problem, but a task for future me to do whenever I decide ultimately what I'm going to want to talk about when it comes to documenting my social media networks. I'm thinking it's probably just going to be something along the lines of how I never really expected my YouTube channel to actually have people subscribe to it. Like, I remember when I initially decided that I wanted to just do crafty videos online, and it was really just as a way to prompt myself to actually do crafty things, because I think about doing things all the time, but I never actually do it. And making videos was the perfect way for me to think about doing something and then actually put it into practice, because I could be like, oh, I'll just make a video for YouTube. And then I would actually do those things that I wanted to do. So, and I'm still operating that way, like 100% fully. I still use making YouTube videos as a way to push myself to actually do the things that I really want to do. And it's working. So that's probably what I'll end up journaling about there. The next prompt that I'm going to work on in this video is going to be the what I love to wear. I have a kind of outfit stamp set from the Paper Person shop, and I'm just going to stamp out like what I would generally wear out of that stamp set, and then color them in with some Tombos and calligraphs. And ultimately, I just chose big hoodies and comfy sweaters, leggings, and slip-on shoes, essentially. These next couple of pages or prompts will actually come together quite quickly, especially in comparison to the first one and then the intro page. Because like I said, as I get a little bit more comfortable with it, I am moving right along, and I really love the way that this one came out. I was kind of happy to not have to take any new photos to show what I wanted to wear, and that I had that stamp set that I could use. My next prompt is going to be my favorite person, and that one I just chose my husband, and I have a picture of myself and him from a long time ago. This is several years old, this photo, and it's one of my all-time favorites of us. So I am just marking my husband down here and writing that he's one of my best friends, and he fills me with happiness and goofiness and something else. I don't even remember what I wrote anymore, but I am going to pull off one of the word phrase stickers that says love you. And then I'm going to take a heart from the previous kit and place that within the little circle that was down at the bottom of the paper. For all of the chipboard pieces that I'm going to be using throughout this album, I think I'm going to peel off the chipboard portion of it to make them a little bit thinner, just because this is a very tiny album and I don't want it to fill up too fast. I'm going to pull out my greenish calligraph pen. I'm going to highlight some words, color in my heart, and then add some sparkles with that before we move on to the next prompt, which is going to be my favorite show. And for this one, I chose Demon Slayer, which is one of my all-time favorite shows. I love it so much. So I found a really nice picture on Google and just printed that out. And I'm just going to cover all of the empty space with this photo of the show because I love it so much. I'll just add the title in. And at some point during this, I asked my husband if there were 4 seasons, because I was pretty sure there was 4 seasons, and he told me I was wrong, and then ended up Googling it to tell me that I was right, that there is 4 seasons. So this is me doing that right now, like asking him, because I didn't know where I put my phone and whatever. But I thought that was kind of funny. I'm going to take that same green calligraph and just highlight favorite, and then color in the other option underneath the show genre. I'm using these little arc pieces, cardstock pieces, mostly to place my prompt number on, essentially, or the number that I am on. And this one is number 4. I will also realize that I did not add a 3 to the previous prompt. So I'm actually going to trim off part of the curved top or the arch. And I'm going to flip that over and just place it right on the other side and just add a single 3 to the top hand corner of this My Favorite Person. Kind of, I don't want to call it a spread because it's not a spread, but the My Favorite Person page. And I think that's it. This one came together super quickly, and I am really pleased with that. I would love to know if this is a project that you have done in the past. Let me know down in the comments below, and let me know what your favorite prompt was for this setup. So I'm going to get all of these added back into my little album here. I will probably be placing or filming videos throughout the month of July for this project, so you'll see a few more pop up here and there. But that's it for today. Here is a little flip through of what we completed. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!